Hi, welcome to our math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on radicals, and in this video what I'm going to do is I want to add these three cute little radicals together. But like anything else with variables, what is under the radical and the variable combination has to be exactly the same to combine like terms. So if I want to simplify each of these, there are a couple of ways of doing it. The most common way is just to do a factor tree, because this becomes the square root of 2 times 2 times 5 and then 3x's. The square root means it's the opposite of the square. Well, 2 times 2 is 4 and the square root of 4 is 2. X times x is x squared and the square root of x squared is x. The 5 and the x stay under the square root because they don't have partners. Now, there are other ways of doing this. I could take this 3x and take this 45 and say, okay, 45 is the square root of 9 times 5 times x. Because I know 9 is a perfect square, I don't actually have to do the prime factorization all the way down to primes. I can just factor this out by pulling out my perfect squares. Well, the square root of 9 is 3. And then 3 times 3 is 9, so I have 9x times the square root of 5x. For this last one, I'll do the first method. I have my 4 times 10, my 2 times 2, and my 2 times 5, and then I have 2 x's. And instead of rewriting it all under the radical in a separate form, I just have it all written here. I have my original 5. I multiply it to a 2 and an x, and those stay in, so I have minus 10x times the square root of 10. Now this one was the clunkiest in that everything was pretty tightly written. If I write it over here again, just to kind of show you what's going on, I have 2 times 2 times 2 times 5xx, and there was a negative 5 out front. The 2 multiplies to the 5. The x multiplies to the 5, and that's where I got the negative 10x, and those two stayed under the radical, which is what gave me the square root of 10. Okay, so the radical combination and variable combination has to be exactly the same. Though all three terms have an x, it has to be the entirety that's the same. X times the square root of 5x, x times the square root of 5x. These two terms are my only two like terms, so then I add 2 plus 9 and get 11x times the square root of 5x minus 10x times the square root of 10. And that's my final answer. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks!